gets it to go in the foul. Going under it. And he makes the catch. And for the first time since 2005, your Wellesley Raiders are the Division I South Sectional champions. Running it back the other way for the Raiders. Great shot. Score! Sophie Brady finds the back of the net from the faceoff circle, and with 1:14 to go, the Raiders take a 3-2 lead.
And welcome back to an all-new Black Red Blitz. As always, I'm your host, Rebecca Cahn. Well, I figured what better way to kick off this new episode than with a quick little segment I'd like to call Come On Man. As girls hockey, we prepare for this second showdown with the Austin Prep Cougars here on Wednesday. If any of you know me, you know I am not a fan of playing private school teams. See, when it comes to the MIAA, they allow private schools to get primetime choosing of solid athletes from surrounding towns to come play for them. And if that's not already an unfair advantage, well, they also allow these teams to recruit 8th graders as well. Come on, man. So if you got to take a look at the roster for Austin Prep before the game got started like I did, besides the fact that they had 3 8th graders on their roster, how about a 7th grader as well? How about a star 6th grader as well? All this for a team that ran over their competition on their way to the D1 state championship in 2016. Come on, man. Is the MIAA going to do anything about it? Doubt it. But I'll still take Wellesley and their own public school homegrown kick-butt talent any day of the week. So to get on with this game finally, Raiders have their hands full, there's no doubt about that. Having already lost to Austin Prep just days earlier on the road. Now that was a tight game, losing only by 1. So hoping that loss would help Raiders rise above these private school challenges, this opening period flies by with no score. Raiders so far getting some solid shots on goal, but Cougars goalie Hannah Aveni has denied them. Not giving up though, Mackenzie O'Neill battles for the puck, kicks it back out to Aaron Fleming. Fleming from the point is rejected again, but Jenna Harrison is just waiting for the rebound, sitting on the doorstep, and Harrison wrist in the putback. Aveni can't save this one, and Wellesley punches in the first goal of the night of a Jenna Harrison score here in the second. But just as quickly as everyone celebrates that goal, Cougars, the Debbie Downer on ice, answer 16 seconds later. Quickly on this breakaway, Felicia Zakola sticks it ahead to Maeve Crean. Crean one-on-one, buries it stick side, and just like that, we are tied 1-1. Just 2 minutes later, Cougars switch it up, but get the same results as Maeve Crean centers the puck on the fast break to Felicia Zakola. Zakola nets it glove side for the go-ahead score. So what looked like a momentum spark lit by Wellesley scoring first, instead woke up Austin Prep's quick striking offense. And now they hold a 2-1 edge. As I said before, this team is quick. So seconds after the faceoff from the previous score, Cougars win the battle along the boards. Samantha Tabor flies down the ice, shoots, the rebound kicks out to Monique Lyons, that star 6th grader, and Lyons sticks it in. And in just mere minutes, Austin Prep has buried 3 unanswered. Not what Wellesley wanted here, for sure, now looking at a 3-1 deficit after 2 periods played. Wellesley would get 3 power play chances in this third and final frame, but the Cougars would be stingy on the penalty kill. And special teams, normally a given for Raiders, this time would be denied a comeback by Austin Prep. So the Cougars would hand Wellesley their first loss of the season on Sunday and then come back here on Wednesday, score 4 unanswered, remaining unbeaten, and take this one on the road as well by the final 4-1. For Wellesley though, time to forget that loss and seeing this D1 competition again. On to the next one. Staying with hockey, let's check in with the boys. How about the same night as well? In a rare hockey doubleheader at Babson that would not see either Wellesley teams face off against the same squad. As girls took on Austin Prep, the boys would battle their Bay State Conference opponent, the Walpole Rebels. Coming in at 4-0-2, Raiders have found a rhythm these last few victories and look to continue to do so here tonight, ready to push the Rebels out of the way to their 4th win in a row. A scoreless first here brings no results, so we head to the second, waiting to see which team breaks through these zeros. Just about 4 minutes into this period, Joey Simmering, no hesitation, gets around Kyle Hersham. Plays down a perfect pass to Drew Cohen. Bat on the crease is won by Cohen as Drew punches it in past Mike Panciocco. And the Raiders look to keep that momentum going, now up 1-0. Walpole has brought it as well here in this period, but credit Wellesley's defense, especially goalie Andrew Hubbard, for helping keep it a Raider 1-goal edge. As we head to the third and final period in what has been a tight divisional battle on the ice so far. So, fast forward to about the 4:30 mark deep in this third. This is where things get interesting here, to say the least. Tyler Page's shot on goal is wide left. Connor Foley's putback is loose. Hubbard fights to glove it. Puck bounces off Hubbard's leg pad to the slot. Ryan Keeter clearly taken down, no penalty. Tim Duffy comes out of nowhere and buries it top shelf for the frustrating equalizer. And now it's a tied game at 1-1 with 4:28 to go in regulation. Well, you can pretty much bet besides this whole Raider bench, none too pleased with that non-call resulting in a Rebels goal. You can also bet Ryan Keeter, who got pushed down, is especially driven to bury that puck in the net. Off this steal, rebounds loose, Lieberman distracts Rebels defense in the crease, and Ryan Keeter behind net punches in the go-ahead score. And that is the best way to answer there. When you're frustrated about a non-call, do something about it. And the Raiders did. Now deep in this third, Wellesley has regained the lead on Keeter's go-ahead score. So under a minute to go, Rebels still down 2-1 have no choice but to pull their goalie for a 6-5 man-up advantage. Joey Simmering sees that, steps in front and blocks the puck. Comes away with a steal from the neutral zone. Simmering backhands the wrister towards net. It's got the distance and more for the clutch empty netter score. Joey Simmering with the dagger officially puts this game away just like that. Raiders battled through this one, not losing focus when Walpole tied things up in the third and stepped up big instead. As Ryan Keeter delivers on the game winner and Joey Simmering ices the victory for a 3-1 final over the Rebels. Make that 4 in a row for Wellesley, still unbeaten at 5-0-2. The boys basketball has impressed so far this season, jumping out to a 5-1 record after coming out on top in a close 4-point victory over Weymouth on Wednesday. Now jumping ahead, back here on Friday for another Bay State Conference matchup, the Raiders would look to earn another W, this time against the Braintree Wamps. But they would have to do it without one of their sparks and vocal leaders off the bench, senior Colin Blasco, who unfortunately is sidelined with an injury for now. So Wellesley would have to look to someone else to step up on that bench. Opening up this first quarter, Raiders are aggressive moving the ball. And thanks to the solid layup down the lane by Anthony Lumley, and then in transition, quick passes find Alex Barron in stride perfectly for the fast break finish. Wellesley quickly jumps out to a 9-0 lead. That early run also starts to wake up the Wamps as well. Captain Marco Carnes gets the theft, draws the defense around him, and dishes it to Robert Avery for Braintree's first 2 points. Then Marco Carnes again draws the defense in the paint, sees Robert Avery again wide open. Avery takes the 3 and swishes it through. A minute later, still down by 4, but 13-9, Marco Carnes stepping up as the captain here. Drives in the lane, gets fouled, and still makes it. So a chance here for a Wamps 3-point play. Carnes misses, but Nolan Novo boxes out, brings down the offensive rebound, gets fouled, and banks it in and 1. Novo then drains the free throw, and Braintree on a 14-4 run now lead 14-13. With just seconds left to this opening quarter, Nick Kolb picks up the loose ball in the paint, throws up a prayer on the fadeaway, and it bounces in. Wellesley gets back a 1-point edge thanks to Nick Kolb to close out this first on top, edging out the Wamps 15-14. So after Wellesley takes a 25-24 advantage with them into half, third quarter opens up and it's even more back and forth, with either sides holding leads of no more than 3 points. And this solid play by Alex Barron cuts it back down to only 1, 30-29, and another timeout. Captain making a key impact after sitting out most of the first half with an injury. Coming out of that break and looking to quiet Braintree's answer they just gave with a bucket, Alex Barron posts up in the paint with determination, gets inside, and John Tellier, partially blocking this shot, it actually helps Barron still sink it through. Right after scoring 2 more, Alex Barron stands his ground defensively and takes the charge. Getting Marco Cahn's called for the offensive foul, a clutch play there, helps keep Wellesley in it. The co-captain, another clutch shot here, as Ryan Murray on the inbounds pass dishes it to Alex Barron, and Barron does not miss. But the largest lead of this half goes to the Wamps when Owen Conboy steps back and drains the tray to give Braintree a 41-36 advantage. But Raiders moving the ball around get results when the other captain, Ben Zimmerman, cuts in the lane for two. Once again, it's a 1-point edge for the Wamps. Raiders continue to play smart and aggressive here in this fourth. Alex Barron well outside the perimeter, fakes left, drives right, makes his move past John Tellier to the basket. Now Wellesley has the 1-point edge back. On this fast break, Alex Barron then helps by way of the assist here, with the bounce pass in stride to Anthony Lumley, who follows with a sweet finish. 46-43 Raiders. And that forces a Wamps timeout. Wellesley is just hoping this 3-point edge will stay that way for good, the deeper we head into this final quarter. With this game far from over though, Marco Cahn's high post hits the jumper, draining another big shot for Braintree, and that ties it back up at 47. But Wellesley takes it right back up court. Ben Zimmerman with the give and go then buries another key basket. Wellesley's lead back up by 2. Wellesley would be up 51-49 off a pair of free throws, but cannot stop the great ball movement here by Braintree that sets up Robert Avery for the game-tying jumper. And so after Shane McNeil ices the win here at the charity stripe, Wellesley has to throw up a prayer of their own with just seconds to spare. But time has run out on this one, so Raiders are obviously frustrated. This late, holding a 2-point advantage in a tight back-and-forth game still could not hold on to that lead for good. And so in the end, Wamps didn't miss on those baskets that mattered the most in the final minute of play. And Braintree comes away with a 53-51 victory over the Raiders. But for girls hockey, losing doesn't come very often. But when it does happen, well, let's just say watch out to the next few opponents they are going to face, because it ain't going to be pretty for them. So looking to put those back-to-back losses to Austin Prep far behind them, in a game like hockey, you have to focus quickly on the next game. And Wellesley did just that, earning a victory on the road at Braintree. So now back home here on a Monday afternoon face-off, the Raiders would be taking on an unfamiliar opponent in the Hingham Harborwomen, but would be more than ready to take care of business. Almost 5 minutes into this one, Raiders on the power play, looking to do some damage on special teams. But it's Hingham who has other ideas. Defenseman Lizzie Jacobson with the skate deflection scoops up the loose puck, racing past the neutral zone, keeping possession, sets, and Jacobson snipes the wrister top shelf for the shorty goal. Now 1-0 lead early in this first period. Not exactly what Wellesley was hoping for, that's for sure. But see, when opposing teams score first on this Raiders squad, that's where Raiders do more damage. And so it's no surprise Raiders spark something not even 3 minutes into the second period. Aaron Fleming with the initial shot gets stuffed by Leah White, whose Coakley can't connect on the rebound either. Jenna Harrison sitting on the doorstep punches in the equalizer. And we are tied up here 1-1 just seconds after Raiders' power play had expired. Just under 2:30 to go in this second, Raiders on the defense have a penalty kill of their own to defend. Elise Coakley's pressure disrupts Coco Hermberg. Coco for Coco Puffs turns it over. Catherine Crozier clears the puck back in. Phoebe Lawrence in a race with 4 Hingham players beats them all and buries the shorty just like that. Raiders getting revenge, netting their own shorthanded score. And it's a beauty. Thanks to the tri-captain, Phoebe Lawrence stepping up clutch again. Raiders now hold a 2-1 lead heading into the third. Wellesley holds the momentum and they aren't giving it away either, taking charge of this final period. And Hingham can do nothing to stop them. Mackenzie O'Neill's got a 2-on-1 break. Sees Delia Dwan bracing for the shot. Uses Dwan to distract Leah White instead, firing behind Dwan and burying the nasty wrister. Wellesley doing it with style, scoring 3 unanswered. The Harborwomen 1-0 advantage seeming so long ago. Time ticking away, still up by 2 here, but Raiders not putting their foot off the gas by any means. And on this power play, attack the net yet again. Jenna Harrison centers it, Phoebe Lawrence. Lawrence sets and fires it home for her second goal of the game, and that officially is the dagger. Hingham ain't coming back from this one, 4-1. So after being down early in the first period, Raiders score 4 unanswered, 2 of them by Phoebe Lawrence. And Wellesley earns a hard-fought 4-1 victory over Hingham and punch in their 5th win of the season. On to the next. On Tuesday, girls basketball would be back here at home looking to get back on track after losing their last 2 games on the road to 2 very tough squads in Bedford and Braintree. Now, still at 5-2, the Raiders are dominating on the hard court, and the chemistry and teamwork of these 12 players is definitely shining through, getting stronger with each game. And still with a perfect record at home for this tip-off, Wellesley would be facing a Milton Wildcats team looking to spoil that home court advantage. First quarter opens up and somebody call the fire department, because Raiders from three-point land are on fire. Starting first from the corner, Kelsey Zarl gets contact, no foul, get used to that non-call, but still sinks in the tray to jumpstart this quarter. Seconds later, Gianna Polly, wide open from that very same spot, buries her own contested 3 as well. Wellesley puts up a quick 6. Just over 3 minutes gone by to this opening quarter, Jean-Marie Fallon gets double-teamed and loses the ball. Kelsey Zarl snatches it away, races up court looking for an open teammate, and does. Brooke Guifre, with a pull-up tray, sinks it from downtown. Raiders making a statement already in these first few minutes, opening up a 12-0 lead. Timeout, Wildcats. Milton finally answers with their own 3, down by 9 now, but are not in sync defensively at all. 3 Wildcats surround Kelsey Zarl, leaving Gianna Polly wide open yet again. And Polly hits it downtown again. 15-3. Later, up 20-5, Raiders defense always working overtime, as Gianna Polly deflects the ball, creating this Milton turnover. Molly Cronin brings it up as Raiders offense sets. Cronin passes to Emily Vitapka. Vitapka swings it out to Gianna Polly. Shannon Middleton doesn't contest the shot, so Polly shoots it from way up. You leave Polly that open, you are gonna pay every single time. 23-5 would be the score to end this first as well, as Raiders would look to keep things rolling. What definitely helps in this second quarter is that Kelsey Zarl and Gianna Polly are still letting it up from downtown. Back and forth, switching it up, getting those trays to swish in, one by one. As Gianna Polly buries her 5th 3 of the half right here. And after a 4th from downtown is drained by Kelsey Zarl, Raiders' lead is now at 24, 34-10. Not too shabby. Swarming defense here by Zarl gets the captain yet another theft, and Brooke Guifre, banking in 2 more points in transition, helps Wellesley coast to a halftime lead, 38-15. Kelsey Zarl opens up this third right where she left off. No hesitation to the basket and banks in the finish, 40-17. Look, Milton has made some key shots in this quarter, ones that didn't fall at all in the first. Swish in. The Wildcats slowly are chipping away in these first 8 minutes of the second half. But as this third quarter comes to an end, it's a tale of 2 different halves, to be honest, as the ticky-tacky calls start up here all over again, much to the benefit of Milton, as the frustration here by Wellesley is only just the beginning. Hands up, no contact, yet that's 2 at the charity stripe for Danielle Needham. 47-35 Wellesley heading into the final quarter. So this fourth begins and it's worse than the third. Strap in for more frustrating calls. As the whistle blows, foul call. Yeah, that's actually just plain good old defense there by Kelsey Zarl. After blowing out Wildcats in the first 16 minutes, Raiders have to grind it out here in this second half and refocus, especially in this final quarter. Sophie Paulson being aggressive on the boards, pulling down her own miss and banking it in to make it 51-39 Wellesley. But Milton still is in this, as they keep getting handed trips to the charity stripe. Ones like this, where, again, come on man, she was never touched. But LeBron would be proud of that flop. So just about 2 minutes to go, Raiders need a basket. Look at this beauty of a block by Allison Goringer, getting all ball. Nope. Foul. You cannot make this stuff up, as Wildcats continue to get the red carpet treatment to the free throw line once again, keeping them still within reach. So enough of this. Under a minute left, a clutch turnover that's actually not interrupted by a whistle. Kelsey Zarl lost the pass up court to Brooke Guifre. And finally, Wellesley can put a dagger on this one. It wasn't easy, especially with Milton and the refs storming back here in this second half, outscoring Wellesley 32-17 with just a little help from the refs. But thanks to 20 points by the captain Kelsey Zarl and 18 by Gianna Polly, Raiders outlast the Wildcats, earning a hard-fought but tough 55-47 victory over the Wildcats, and improved their record to 6-2. So as Milton and Wellesley clash on the ice the very next night, for girls hockey, this is an intense rivalry that gets better every season. You see, plain and simple, These two teams do not like each other. Well, Milton has been stuck looking up at Wellesley dominating the Horde division year after year. For some reason, Milton still thinks they are just as good as the Raiders. Well, I don't know how many more blowout victories Wellesley has to walk away with before Milton finally takes the hint. These two squads ain't even close. So pregame here, maybe Milton is thinking they have a slight edge after coming back from a 5-1 deficit to tie Wellesley 5-5 in their December season opener. But those numbers are deceiving. The Raiders have a solid goalie in Liddy Schultz, who happened to be out sick for that game. And so Mackenzie O'Neill had to be in between the pipes for the first time since the 4th grade. Now, O'Neill did a stellar job in that drop, making a ton of saves. But hey, I'd much rather see the sophomore sensation breaking opponents' ankles with her dekes and breakaways, scoring goals instead. So the tension is high come face-off, as Wellesley never likes a tie to begin with. They've been ready for this one. And as a team, welcome freshman goalie Maeve Corcoran to some Wellesley high school hockey. Speaking of Mackenzie O'Neill, the puck would be last touched by O'Neill here when she's knocked down on this non-call. But Lee Sullivan fails badly on the clear-out. Maeve Corcoran's pad pushes it past the goal line, and Mackenzie O'Neill gets the credit for that crazy score. You know it's going to be a night that everything goes your way when the puck does that for you. Under 6 minutes to go in this opening period, fun's just getting started here. Olivia Vernon saves the puck from crossing the blue line, dumps it back in. Katie Hawkinson from the circle centers it out to Devin Chapman. Chapman loses the bounce, but Elise Coakley doesn't lose sight of the puck and punches it through for another Wellesley score. Raiders hold a 2-0 edge. And so Wildcats become even more sloppy with the puck here, down by 2 already, and Raiders make them pay. Storming through the neutral zone, Jenna Harrison, untouched, steps in front, steals the puck and snipes it top shelf past Corcoran for an awesome goal on the turnover. First for Harrison on the night, and it was a beauty, netting it unassisted. Neutral zone again, Jenna Harrison deflects the puck away from Julia Scannell. Emily Rourke picks up the loose puck, splits the D with a fantastic deke, and rips the wrister home. Raiders had to find this game already, and it's just the first period. There's still 2 more periods to be played here, but Wellesley has the edge, no question. Second period opens up, and Raiders ain't letting the foot off the gas by any means. In fact, they're speeding up the intensity even more. And Milton's defense finally makes a solid play here, denying Mackenzie O'Neill a shot on net. Puck slides back out, just waiting for Lauren Burke to come out of nowhere, fire the putback from the slot to add to an already convincing lead. Now 5-0 as the hits keep coming. But hold on, there's more. And this one is awesome. Raiders outworking Wildcats along the boards. Olivia Vernon centers the puck to Katie Hawkinson. Shot is rejected, but the rebound's on the doorstep. Hawkinson charges in when falling down, nets the filthy putback. Boom. Wildcats can't stop anything here, and what is now a huge 6-goal hole. Completely dominating, wreaking havoc on the ice, Raiders offense is on another level that Wildcats only wish they could be on. Jenna Harrison's second score on the night right here would extend this Wellesley lead to a commanding 7. And now all the Wildcats can hope for is that the upcoming third period ticks away as fast as possible. Milton finally finds as legit of a chance to score right here, but it's only after the final whistle blows, and Liddy Schultz's 4th shutout remains intact. And Wellesley's absolute crushing of their Herde rivals feels so good. Behind 2 Jenna Harrison goals and scores by Mackenzie O'Neill, Katie Hawkinson, Elise Coakley, Emily Rourke, and Lauren Burke, an all-out team attack by Wellesley made this game a one-sided one from the very first goal. And that's just fine for these Raiders. Wellesley crushes Milton, making a statement once again in this 7-0 victory. Improved to 6-2-1, while the Wildcats fall to 4-2-3. Well, coming off an 8-point win over a battling Milton squad that was anything but easy, here on Friday, girls basketball would look to get back on track and playing aggressive on both sides of the court, working hard in practice on rebounding as well. See, in sports, you can learn either from a win or a loss, and that game against Milton was key in pointing out maybe a few adjustments that may have been needed. So if you're the next opponent facing these Raiders, namely Framingham Flyers, and you also only have 1 win on the season so far, well, have fun with that. Wellesley hasn't lost yet on their own home court either, so you gotta get wrecked. Early on, opening up this first quarter, Framingham has a 4-1 edge, as Wellesley has found the rim to not be too kind to them in these first few minutes of play. But defense can always spark things fast, and off this Emma Doherty steal, the fight for the ball goes to Gianna Polly. Polly dishes it up court to Kelsey Zaro. Zaro on the run, banks in the layup. 10 seconds later on the defensive side, I think Raiders are putting into practice what they've worked on. And Sophie Paulson single-handedly says, nope, you ain't getting this rebound. Less than 30 seconds later, pressure from defense, he hands the ball right back over to Kelsey Zaro. And it's pretty much a given, Zaro is going to make you pay for that mistake. She scores on the breakaway, giving Wellesley a 5-4 edge. Going with full court press here pretty much never leaves you disappointed with the result. Emma Doherty intercepts it, feeds it ahead to Sophie Paulson. Paulson fakes a move down the lane, passing it instead back out to Gianna Polly. Polly with a pull-up three, takes it, and you guessed it, makes it. Wellesley always dangerous as a team on the inbounds pass, as Kelsey Zaro dishes it out to Sophie Paulson. Paulson calmly steps behind the three-point arc and buries it from downtown. 10 straight points here by Raiders gives them an 11-4 lead to this first. 6 of those points by the captain, Kelsey Zaro, helps Raiders to find the scoring edge to this first. As we head now to the second, Wellesley leading by 8, 13-5. 2 minutes into the second, still up by 8, but it's a 19-11 advantage. That is until Brooke Guifre finds the sweet spot, draining the tray to double the lead. Coming out of a quick timeout though, Flyers execute the play they drew up, moving the ball and get a much-needed basket to bring it back to a single-digit deficit, 22-13. But that would not last long, because Gianna Polly swings the ball out to Brooke Guifre, who's camping out in the corner, and Guifre sinks it behind the arc again for another triple. And Flyers, just a side note, if you leave Brooke Guifre wide open in three-point land, yeah, you're also gonna pay, as Guifre goes back-to-back from downtown. A third tray of the quarter. Raiders rolling here, 30-13. Can't run this play in transition any better. Unlike running rebound, lost it ahead to Gianna Polly. Polly fires it to Haley Feinzig. Feinzig with the sweet finish. Flyers with a timeout again. Wellesley outworking, out-hustling Framingham. And this up-tempo rhythm Raiders got going for them is just plain hard to stop. Off that quick break, how about Haley Feinzig? No hesitation with this baseline J, coming off the bench, making an impact in this one early. And then Gianna Polly moving the ball out to her left, taking Flyers D with her. Emily Vitapka in isolation, cuts to the hole for the pass inside and banks in the floater. That 36-14 lead would be the halftime score for Wellesley as well, thanks to this fantastic block and rejection by Annie Ward. That says, nope, nobody's scoring in these last few seconds. Raiders up by 22 with 2 more quarters to go. Well, if you thought Wellesley was going to slow things down here in the second half, you'd be way off. Kind of like Framingham as this third kicks in. Raiders hit the ground running in transition, feeding off the quick dishes inside, opening up a 15-3 run in this third quarter. Only saving grace for these Flyers would be their ability to knock down the three-point shot, at least in this quarter. But that only scratches the bare surface to a ginormous hole they're in. Raiders defense doesn't slow down either with this big lead. It actually intensifies. As here, Emily Vitapka just rips the ball away and untouched on the breakaway, goes coast to coast for the steal and fast break finish. Allison Goringer then pokes away the ball again, coming away with the takeaway. Dishes it ahead to Gianna Polly, who can bank in this layup blindfolded if she wanted to. So again, with a huge lead into this fourth, you get to see the bench compete, bringing in a ton of energy in these final 8 minutes. Let's just say they didn't disappoint either. Instead of relying on jump shots, Raiders created some great plays like this one, and Glasgow points in the paint. It was great seeing how well Emily Vitapka played a role as the backup point guard as well, finding open teammates in multiple fast break opportunities. And on this night in particular, how about Haley Feinzig? Having a solid game for herself, when on the court coming into the game, not hesitating at all to shoot when given the chance. And that aggressiveness earned her 14 points on the night, tie Brooke Guifre as the leading scorers in this win. Wellesley coasted through the competition yet again, played consistent team basketball, and ran away with this one in the end, behind pure hustle that never let up. Raiders win big yet again, this time by a final 67-31 over the Flyers. So here on Saturday night, the big game on everyone's mind would be the Patriots as they would get ready to play in the AFC divisional round. But there would also be another game as boys hockey would be ready to face off against the Weymouth Wildcats. Now with the boys ready to get this game done and won, it's a 6:45 start. So game will probably be done around 8:30ish, not too bad, everyone can still watch the game. But with 12 seconds left, to the pregame warm-ups, an errant puck flies high and hits the plexiglass behind the net and shatters. Guess who didn't tape? The Patriots. So with both teams told to get off the ice, return to their locker rooms so that this can be fixed. I gotta say, in the 7 years I've been here, I've never seen this happen. And so we're all thinking, of all the nights, this had to happen. So after an hour-and-a-half delay, otherwise known as eternity, let's just say this better be a blowout win by the Raiders. Opening period, Weymouth fails to clear out, thanks to this Aiden Green block, for one thing. Liam Jensen centers it to Emmett Coakley. Coakley in the slot dumps it back out to Jensen, and Liam Jensen doesn't miss, sneaking the wrister just past Thomas Haley and in for a 1-0 edge. Breezing through this opening period, Joey Simmering helps add to Wellesley's 1-0 edge. Battling around the crease, deking around defenders, getting Haley to overcommit. Simmering nets it, 2-0 Raiders. So now down by 2 scores, Weymouth answers with under a minute 40 left to this first. Puck along the boards is scooped up by Thomas Keefe. Keefe's shot deflects off Wellesley's skate right to Rocco DeFazio. DeFazio buries it glove side, and suddenly a Raider lead is cut in half with that score. And so Wellesley heads into the second period holding on to a 2-1 advantage. So the second opens up, and 3 minutes into it, Raiders looking for more on this power play. Michael Simmering gets stuffed point blank by Haley, but talk about determination as Tommy Lieberman falling down. This time, the puck is going to find the back of the net. And that effort there gives Raiders back that 2-goal lead they had earlier, and now hold a 3-1 edge. This period would really be the game changer here, as Raiders would make the most out of owning time of possession, as Emmett Coakley takes his feet inside and buries the wrister stick side. And yes, that would be back-to-back power play goals here for Wellesley as their advantage gets bigger. Their frustrations of a delayed start being taken out clearly on Weymouth. Tommy Lieberman then making it look easy here as the tri-captain punches in his second score of the night, as the puck would be just sitting there on the doorstep, just begging to be buried. And with Raiders up 5-1, the score may not show it. Weymouth's deficit could be even bigger right now. But Haley's downfall would be too many times those pad saves would kick the rebound out to an open Raider just waiting to bury the putback. And that is once again the case here, as Michael Simmering would add another putback score to put the final dagger on this one, 6-1. So when the game finally got started, Raiders took care of business, remaining unbeaten, and when Weymouth cut it to only a 1-goal lead, Wellesley got the job done, netting 4 unanswered in that statement's second period, and ran away with this one in the end, beating Weymouth by the final 6-1. Well, that's all the highlights in this double episode, but don't worry, we are just getting started. There is plenty more action coming your way. So stay tuned for an all-new Red Blitz coming next week. In the meantime, if you missed out on any other games or highlights, check us out on demand at wellesleymedia.org, our YouTube and Facebook pages at Wellesley Public Media, and of course, right here on Comcast 9 and Verizon 39. As always, thanks for watching Red Blitz. Go Raiders!
Now Hubbard coming out to play. Hubbard gets left.